Good morning, ma'am. I am Junlyn Paitan from BED 2A. And my chosen topic is all about Merrills Principles of Instruction. Okay, good morning, class. Today, we are going to tackle a new lesson for this morning. But before that, I want you first to arrange these crumpled words so that you will have a hint on what will be our new topic for today. Okay, you may now start. Yes, you are correct. It is Merrills Principles of Instruction. So our topic for today is all about Merrills Principles of Instruction. So who is David Merrill? David Merrill is an education researcher specializing in instructional design and technology. In his study of instructional theories and models, educational researcher David Merrill identified and focused on these 5 principles, which are problem-centric, activation, demonstration, application, and integration. So, David Merrill is a person who studies how to design and use technology for teaching. He came up with 5 important ideas for designing lessons such as problem-centric, activation, demonstration, application, and integration. So today, we're going to explore David Merrill's principles of instructional design. So these principles are designed to enhance learning by making it more engaging and effective. So this is the diagram or pyramid of Merrill's principles of instruction. So indicated here, the 5 principles of instruction. So principle 1 is problem-centered. So can anyone tell me what problem-centered learning means? Okay, so problem-centered, it is learning is promoted when learners are engaged in solving real-life problems. So it means that learning is better when students work on solving real-life problems. So it helps them to understand and learn more effectively by applying what they know to real-life situations. So there are 3 phases of problem-centered learning. So the first one is show tasks. Let's provide a work example of tasks that learners will complete. So this means showing students an example of the task they need to complete so they understand what is expected of them. So by providing a work example, students can see how the problem can be solved and understand the steps involved. So this demonstration helps students grasp the concept and approach needed to tackle the task effectively. So the second phase is the task level. It ensures learners are engaged at the problem and task level, as well as the operation or action level. So it is ensuring engagement at the problem, task, and action levels is crucial for effective learning. So at the problem level, students need to understand the underlying issues or challenge they are facing. At the task level, students must comprehend the specific task they need to perform to address the problem. So the third phase of problem-centered learning is problem progression. So begin with the basic problem, then build the complexity to scaffold learning. So this phase involves a strategic approach to learning that starts with simple problems and gradually increase in complexity. So from simple to complexity. So beginning with the basic problems allows students to grasp fundamental concepts and develop fundamental skills. So as students becomes more proficient, the complexity of the problem is increased and incrementally to scaffold their learning. So this progression helps students to build upon their existing knowledge and develop a problem-solving strategies and enhance their critical thinking skills as they tackle more about the challenging problems over time. principle 2 is activation. So can you share your ideas of what is activation? Okay, so activation is learning. Learning is promoted when existing knowledge is activated as the foundation of knowledge. So activation is the process of using existing knowledge as the basis of acquiring new knowledge. So it involves tapping into what students already know to help them understand and learn new concepts effectively. So there are three phases of activation. So first is previous experience. It is tap into learners' existing knowledge and experiences. So it involves leveraging students' existing knowledge and experiences as a starting point for learning. So for example, the teacher starts the lesson by asking students about the animals they know and have seen. So students can share their experiences with pets, visits to the zoo or wildfire, documentaries, tapping into their existing knowledge and interest in animals. So by connecting new information to what students already know, it helps them to make sense of the new material and build upon their prior understanding. So the second phase of activation is new experiences. It ensures tasks are engaging, interesting, and authentic. So in this phase, tasks and activities are designed to be engaging, interesting, and relevant to students' lives. So the teacher introduces a hands-on activity where students create a habitat for specific animals. So for example, students could design a habitat for a polar bear. So considering its needs for food, shelter, and climate. So this activity connects new learning about the animal's habitat to students' real-life experiences and interesting. So by making learning experiences authentic and meaningful, students are more likely to be motivated and actively participate in the learning process. And the third one is structure. So it begins with a basic problem, then build the complexity to scaffold learning. So this structure phase focuses on the progression of the learning from simple to complex. So starting with basic problems, allowing students to apply their existing knowledge in a familiar context before gradually increase the complexity of tasks to challenge and scaffold their learning. So by structuring the lesson in this way, students build upon their knowledge of different habitats and animals' adaptations and gradually increasing the complexity of the task to deepen their understanding of the topic. So principle 3 is demonstration or show me. So can you tell us your idea about what is demonstration? Okay, so demonstration is learning is promoted when new knowledge is demonstrated to learner. So it involves showing new knowledge to learners, which helps them to understand and learn effectively through visual or practical examples. So it emphasizes the importance of showing new knowledge to learners through visual or practical examples. So this approach promotes effective learning by providing clear demonstrations that help students understand and apply information being taught. So for example, math problem solving. So a math teacher demonstrates how to solve a complex problem step by step on the board, showing the process and reasoning behind each calculation. So this demonstration helps students to understand the problem-solving strategy and apply it to similar problems. So there are three phases of demonstration. So first is demonstration consistency. So it provides content with demonstration and example that reflect learning outcomes. So this phase focuses on providing content that includes demonstrations and examples aligned with the learning objectives. So the teacher demonstrates the process of seed germination by showing a time-lapse video of a seed sprouting and growing into a plant. So this visual demonstration aligns with the learning outcome of understanding the stages of the plant growth and development. So through this, learners can better grasp and apply the new knowledge. So the second phase of demonstration is learner guidance. So it provides multiple representations of ideas, concepts, and perspectives. So in this phase, learners are guided through multiple representations of ideas, concepts, and perspectives. Students are provided with hands-on activities where they plant, for example, in seeds in plants, in pots, observe their growth over time, and create a visual journal documenting the stages of plant growth. So through this multiple representations, students gain a deeper understanding of the life cycle of plants and the factors that influence their growth. So the third phases of demonstration is relevant media. So it ensures media supports effective learning. So in relevant media, it ensures that the media used in teaching supports effective learning is essential. So by incorporating relevant and engaging media such as videos, interactive simulations, or educational games, educators can enhance the learning experience and cater to different learning styles. So to support effective learning, the teacher incorporates interactive, for example, interactive plant growth simulations and educational videos that explains concepts such as photosynthesis and plant nutrition. So by using engaging and relevant media, students can interact with the content in different ways, reinforcing their understanding of plant biology and growth processes. So the next principle is, the fourth principle is application or let me. So can you tell us your idea of what is application? Yes, you are correct. Application or let me learning is promoted when new knowledge is applied by the learner. The focuses on learner actively applying new knowledge to solve problems or complete tasks. So by engaging in practical application, students can deepen their understanding and transfer their learning to real-world situations. So there are three phases of application. So first is practice consistency. It aligns practices with the learning outcome. So this phase involves aligning practice activities with the intended learning outcomes. Students practice by, for example, adding and subtracting fractions through hands-on activities. So using the fraction manipulative. So by consistently practicing this operation, students reinforce their understanding of fraction concepts and develop proficiency in performing calculations. So the second phase of demonstration is diminishing culture. So it is gradually withdraw coaching to build learner independence. So by gradually withdrawing coaching or support allows learners to develop independence and confidence in applying their knowledge. So for example, the teacher provides step-by-step guidance on how to add and subtract fractions, offering support and feedback as students work through problems. So as a student gain confidence and proficiency, the teacher gradually reduces guidance, allowing students to independently solve fractions problems since we are now in the student-centered. So the third phase of demonstration is varied problems. That is, provide opportunities for learners to apply their knowledge to different contexts. So this providing students with a range of problems or tasks that requires them to apply their learning in different contexts, enhances their ability to transfer knowledge across various situations. So principle 5 is integration. So how about this? Can you share with us your idea of what is integration? So integration is learning is promoted when new knowledge is integrated to the learner's world. So it focuses on incorporating new knowledge into the learner's existing understanding and everyday experiences. So by connecting learning to real-life situations, students can better retain and apply what they have learned. So there are three phases of principles of integration. So the first one is Watch Me. So it provides opportunities for learners to demonstrate and share their learning. So this phase involves providing opportunities for learners to demonstrate and share their learning with others. Students create presentations, for example, or like poster showcasing different, for example, ecosystem such as a rainforest or a desert, and explain the plants and animals that inhabit each ecosystem. So by presenting their knowledge to the class, students reinforce their understanding of ecosystems and engage in peer learning. So the second phase of demonstration is reflection. So reflection includes reflection activities to recognize progress. So in this phase, which is the reflection, it includes reflections, that activities that allow students to recognize their progress and understand how their learning has evolved. So by doing reflection, it encourages students to think critically about what they have learned, identify areas of growth, and make connections between new knowledge and their existing understanding. So after studying various, for example, as what I have said earlier, ecosystem. So after studying various ecosystems, students participate in a reflective activity where they write about what they have learned and how their understanding of ecosystems has evolved. So through reflection, students can identify the key concepts that they have grasped and the areas where they may need to further explorations. Third phase is creation. So it encourages learners to transfer their learning to their own lives. So in this third phase, it encouraging learners to transfer their learning to their own lives. It involves applying new knowledge in practical and meaningful ways. So students are tasked, for example, with designing their own mini ecosystems using materials like soil, plants, and small animals, figurines. So by creating their ecosystems, students apply their knowledge of how different elements interact in an ecosystem and demonstrate their understanding of the context learned in class. So this hands-on project allows students to integrate learning into tangible and personal creation. And also in addition, this can occur when demonstrating or sharing their knowledge and skills to others, reflecting on their learning and transferring new meaning and understanding to their own lives. So we must use embedding activities to support learning transfer.